Massive news in the NHL world just broke. One of the best offensive defensemen of all time has just been traded. Erik Karlsson is headed to the Pittsburgh Penguins in a massive 9-player, 3-team trade. So let's go over it really quickly. The Pittsburgh Penguins receive superstar, all-star, Norris Trophy winner, 3-time Norris Trophy winner, my apologies, Erik Karlsson from the San Jose Sharks, Rem Pitlick from the Montreal Canadiens, Dylan Hamiluik from the San Jose Sharks. I definitely butchered that name, I'm sorry. And then the 2026 third-round pick from San Jose. San Jose receives the first-round draft pick from the Pittsburgh Penguins, Mikael Granlund from the Pittsburgh Penguins, Jan Rutta from the Pittsburgh Penguins, and Mike Hoffman from the Montreal Canadiens. And finally, the Montreal Canadiens receive a second-round draft pick from the Pittsburgh Penguins. Jeff Petrie is coming back to Montreal from Pittsburgh. Casey DeSmith is heading over to the Pittsburgh Penguins, and Nathan Legare is also headed over to the Pittsburgh Penguins. The last thing to note here is that Erik Karlsson is getting paid $11.5 million a year, but the San Jose Sharks are going to retain $1.5 million of his yearly salary, so it's going to bring him down to a $10 million average cap hit. So look at that. Erik Karlsson is now playing with one of the best players in NHL history in Sidney Crosby, and they are going to try to continue the dynasty that they had a couple of years ago. Does Erik Karlsson have what it takes to bring Pittsburgh back to the promised land and win them another Stanley Cup, adding to Erik Karlsson's legacy, adding to Sidney Crosby's legacy, adding to Chris Letang's legacy, adding to Evgeny Malkin's legacy? So what we're going to do here is we're going to go into NHL 23. We're going to add Erik Karlsson and all the rest of the players to their respective teams, and we're going to see if Erik Karlsson can lead the Pittsburgh Penguins to Stanley Cup playoffs once again, and furthermore, if he can actually win a Stanley Cup and the Norris Trophy. So we'll simulate a couple of years, and we'll see how he plays on his new formed dynasty potential team. Loading up NHL 23, and here he is, Erik Karlsson, a 91 overall superstar X Factor, 32 years old in the game, 33 years old in real life. Looking at his stats here, drafted in 2008 by the Ottawa Senators at 15th overall. Obviously 5 stars in absolutely every category except his physical category, but look at his offensive awareness, 99, poise, 95, discipline, 95, passing, 97, puck control, 95, stick checking, 95, defensive awareness, 90. I mean, you're just looking at 90s all across the board for the super Swede, Mr. Erik Karlsson. King Karl is what we used to call him in Ottawa. I don't know what the Pittsburgh Penguins would call him because you have a different king named Sid the Kid the King. But let's take a look at the squad that we got here in Pittsburgh. So obviously Jake Guentzel, Sidney Crosby, and Evgeny Malkin. Originally Malkin was here, but you know, let's get that first line loaded up. Let's have some fun with it. So Guentzel, Sid the Kid, and then Evgeny Malkin. We got Ricard Raquel, Riley Smith, and Brian Rust. And then the bottom 6 isn't the greatest. I won't lie here. We got Matt Nieto, Jeff Carter, Noel Achari, Chad Redwell, something like that, Lars Eller, and Drew O'Connor. And then on the back end, I'm not liking this morale situation, if I'm being honest here, but Chris Letang, Erik Karlsson, Graves, Pedersen, Joseph, and Ruta. Maybe I can do, if I go something like this, because then, yeah, okay, I'll do that. I'll do something like that. We'll try growing Pierre-Olivier Joseph. But we got Chris Letang and Erik Karlsson, 2 offensive defensemen. Oh, I guess they have it. Chris Letang listed as a 2-way defender now. And then we got, of course, King Karl, Erik Karlsson, Marcus Peterson, Pierre-Olivier Joseph, Ryan Graves, and then Jan Rutta. And then make sure we go to the power play here. And I just want to edit this. Okay, that looks good to me. Edit the strategies. And we want the Erik Karlsson's distributor. Good with that. Sidney Crosby or Guentzel. I think probably want to do that. And we want Crosby to bring it in. That makes sense to me. Okay, let's get out of there now. And that is going to be the squad. Before I forget, goaltenders. Tristan, Jerry, and Nedeljkovic. Look at that photo. What a photo. But Tristan Jerry, obviously a stud, up to an 87 overall now. So let's get into this. We're going to do a couple of years of simulation, see if Pittsburgh can make the playoffs. I do think they have a weak bottom 6, but I'm not going to edit the team at all. I'm just going to play it how it is, and just let the year run out. So let's go game number 1. We're on home ice. So Sidney Crosby, welcome Erik Karlsson to your squad. Can he be a difference maker in game number 1? He's got an easy match against the Arizona Coyotes. First period here, 2-2 power play goal for Evgeny Malkin, and then Ricard Raquel also gets one. Second period, 5-4. This is a high scoring game, but there it is. Erik Karlsson scores in his first career game with the Pittsburgh Penguins. Tristan Jarry can't stop a puck, and Evgeny Malkin gets his second of the game. Going into the third period, getting outshot pretty bad here, but that's okay. 5-4 in favor of Arizona. Penalty kill. Schmaltz gets another one past Jerry. Another penalty. 6-4. Okay, Karlsson. We know you like to get a lot of points, but let's shore up the defensive end here. Maybe score 2 more goals. 3, 2, 1. And the Arizona Coyotes spoil Erik Karlsson's homecoming as they take the game 6-4. But let's go see how Erik Karlsson played in his debut. 1 goal, 2 assists. Wasn't a minus player, so 3 points, 25 minutes on the ice, by far the most on the team, which I love to see. 1 hit, 1 power play goal, and that's really it for him. 5 minutes, so it looks like Chris Letang got into a fight. Who are the goons of this team? Sidney Crosby, but he had 3 assists. Yeah, well, it is what it is. You live by the sword, you die by the sword. We got to do one more simulation here. One more simulation. If you look at the top, we got Sidney Crosby, Malkin, and Erik Karlsson all with 3 points, and we're going... It looks like we got someone named Omar Klo as a coach. Don't know anything about him, but let's get a win here. Come on. Come on. We could score goals, but let's keep it out of the net. First period, 2-2. Erik Karlsson once again gets another goal. Crosby on the power play gets a goal as well. And then Stammers and Jeannot, however you pronounce it, gets a goal. Outshot once again, but 2-2 score. Here we go, 3-2. Chris Letang scores his first of the season, and we are up 3-2. All right, Jerry, just lock it down. Karlsson maybe score 1 more goal, a huge penalty. We're able to kill it off, though. Shots in favor of the Penguins, and Brian Rust gets a massive goal. And Jeff Carter, third line center, absolutely tears it up. Love to see that. We're going to fast sim the rest as Matt Dumba ends up going to the Tampa Bay Lightning in this simulation, scores a goal. But let's go look at the Pittsburgh stats here. And Erik Karlsson, a 4-point night, 1 goal, 3 assists. He has 7 points in 2 games for the Pittsburgh Penguins right now. Oh my, it's looking like a good year for him. It's looking like a good year. Crosby only with the 1. So let's just get out of here just so we can see the nice visual on the right screen. There it is, Erik Karlsson, 7 points in 2 games. I'm going to simulate the rest of the year, and I'll see you hopefully in the playoffs. The regular season has come to an end, and the Pittsburgh Penguins do make the Stanley Cup playoffs with a losing record, technically. 40 wins and 42 losses if you add it up. But let's go take a look at the stats and see who led the way for us. And it was Sidney Crosby with 93 points. Let's go look and see how Erik Karlsson played. Erik Karlsson finished with 90 points, so just behind them. Obviously, was off to a very good start. Only 15 power play points, though. So you're telling me 75 even strength points, which is pretty insane to hear. But 26 minutes time on ice. Him and Chris Letang absolutely just workhorses for the squad. How many points did Letang get? Letang ended up with 46. Definitely our top 4 players carried the load, but that's kind of what I expected. Riley Smith, 45. Would like to see a little bit more from him, but let's go take a look at the entire league and see if Erik Karlsson will go back-to-back Norris Trophy winning. Martin Necas leads the league in scoring. I don't think in year 1 I've ever seen Necas lead the league in scoring. That's sick. That's cool. Anze Kopitar had a really good year. Brain Point, Connor McDavid, Matt Barzell's up there, Marchand. But let's go into defensemen. And looking around, Cal Makar. Kale. Or is it Kale? People get mad at me. I call him Cal Makar or Kale Makar. Maker, whatever. The guy's a super beauty. That's what it is, you know. He's going to win the Norris Trophy, I think, over Erik Karlsson. But Karlsson did have 3 more goals, so maybe that does help him in the running. So we'll have to check after the postseason. But let's get into this Stanley Cup playoffs matchup versus the New York Rangers. Obviously, we are the underdogs in this situation, but we're going to fast simulate a couple of games. We just need Tristan Jarry to steal a couple games. There we go, 6-0. 4-3 loss, 4-0. Okay, that 4-3 loss hurts. But let's slow sim this one. Slow sim game number 4 on home ice. First period, 1-1 Peterson and Blake Wheeler. Second period, the Rangers get 2, but we get one from Jake Gensel, Laffy Taffy, and Capo Caco. The kids are playing. Third period, let's just shut it down, Jerry, and let the boys work. Power play, come on. There it is. Erik Karlsson gets one on Igor Shesterkin, fires up the boys, and Riley Smith gets one right after to give the Pittsburgh Penguins a 4-3 lead. And now we just got to hold on. Just hold on. 6 minutes left. 5 minutes left. Come on, boys. Lock it down here. 2 minutes, 1 minute, and it's a come-behind victory for the Pittsburgh Penguins, thanks to none other than Erik Karlsson. Sidney Crosby with a massive game as well, 3 assists. Continuing this to 2-2 series now. I'm gonna fasten it. I'm gonna fasten this one. Come on. Okay, 7-1 loss. We got to go back to back. We are on home ice here, so if we get to game 7, anything can happen, boys. Just get it to game 7 on home ice. Don't disappoint. Sid the Kid, Crosby, show us what you're made of. I haven't seen Malkin enough. First period, 1-0, Vinny Trocheck. Second period, okay, they get 2, but we also get 2. I asked for Malkin, he gave me a Laffy Taffy. Chris Kreider and Ricard Raquel were in the same situation we were last game, down, our last slow sim, down 3-2 in the third period. Power play, can't capitalize just yet, but the boys, okay, another one. Come on. Whew. 36 shots. We got to get one past Shesterkin. 5 minutes, 4. And Blake Wheeler adds an insurance marker. And the Pittsburgh Penguins, Malkin scores with 46 seconds left. Do we have another one? Couldn't get another one. Malkin with a big game. But year one's, I wouldn't say a failure. But we lose in 6 games to the New York Rangers, who were a strong team. Let's go to the draft here and see who does win the Stanley Cup, and we'll go take a look at the awards to see if Makar or Karlsson wins the Norris Trophy. I think they're going to give it to Makar, but I'm hoping they do give it to Erik Karlsson. Stanley Cup champions are going to be the Ottawa Senators here. It is going to be the Colorado Avalanche, so it's probably going to Makar now after seeing that. Let's go take a look at the awards. So let's go awards and see if the Pittsburgh Penguins players got any individual awards. So Nikas, Makar does get the Norris Trophy, Point, Riekl. We got Rantanen, Vezina goes to Ullmark, William M. Jennings goes to Ullmark, Rowinski. The coach of the year is the Ottawa Senators, auto-generated coach. Barkov with the Selke. Ted Lindsay goes to, obviously, Mr. Nikas as well. Maurice Rocker-Richard goes to Braden Point. That's a new one. Haven't seen that too often. But you know what? We're doing one more year. And in this year, all bets are off. We're going a little rogue. We're going to sign a bottom 6. And I'll see you in the next year. All right. In this last year, we're bringing all of the old players over to the Pittsburgh Penguins. We might as well get Malkin. No, we'll keep him there. We got Gensel, Crosby, and throw Patrick Kane in there, 34-year-old playing with Sidney Crosby. Why not? We're making fantasy matchups now. Riley Smith, Evgeny Malkin, and Ricard Raquel. Third line, let's get the old boys back together here too. Johnny Taze, Patrice Bergeron, and Phil the Thrill Kessel, 3-time Stanley Cup champion. Let's just add that in there. And then Brian Russ, Jeff Carter, and Poulstonen. And on the back end here, Erik Karlsson, you are once again going to be playing with Chris Letang. Matt Dumba. I don't even know how we got Dumba. Must have been free agency, but Matt Dumba, I guess, welcome to the team. I'm not going to complain about it. Matt Dumba, not going to affect any of the morale there. Can I change any of this? I'll go minus the top 4. That's fine. And now if I go into, let's go to power play. And then power play unit number 1. I just want to make sure that we have the correct thing here. So distributor, we're going to go Erik Karlsson. Finisher. Do I want that to be Bergeron, Crosby, Malkin, Karlsson, Kane? Yeah, that makes sense to me. Finisher is going to be, let's go Sidney Crosby on the finisher. Puck carrier, let's go Patrick Kane for sure. There we go. And just like that, look at the squad. We're looking fantastic here. We're definitely going to be a lot better. This is more of a fantasy matchup here. But we got the Anaheim Ducks. Can we beat them? We lost the Arizona Coyotes, which was demoralizing. Let's see what we got against Anaheim. First period here. First period quick sim. Okay, 2-0. And look at that. Look at it. Chef's kiss. Erik Karlsson, short-handed goal. Riley Smith also gets a goal. Second period. Erik Karlsson with his second of the game. Ricard Raquel also scores. Shots are 4-0. Can Erik Karlsson complete the hat trick in his first game of year number 2? The shutout is unfortunately broken at the 13-minute mark by Bakananian. Close enough. 4-1 here. Fast sim the rest. Erik Karlsson doesn't end up getting the hat trick, but he did have 2 goals and 1 assist for another 3-point evening. The guy's an absolute freak of nature. I'm going to simulate the rest of the season, and I'll see you in the playoffs, which I hope we make. You never know, but I hope we end up making. And this will be the last year. So Karlsson, this is your last chance at becoming a Stanley Cup champion. Don't blow it for us. Year number 2 has come to an end here, and the Pittsburgh Penguins finish a whopping 58-20-4, and we are playing the Toronto Maple Leafs in the first round. So this is a bye, basically just kind of 4 games and we're on to the next round. Probably gonna end up losing after I said that. But Sidney Crosby leads the way with 100 points. Did it say 84 or 94 overall? Okay, I was gonna say that's crazy. Patrick Kane right behind 96. Karlsson jumps down to only 78 points, but it's because the rest of the team's so damn good. He doesn't have to. He probably is not even averaging nearly as much ice time. Let's see, kind of close, but not the go-to man. There's other people who can score now. 44 goals for Malkin though, 49 for Patty Kane. Crosby obviously going to lead the way there. And look at that, Patrick Kane only 4 penalty minutes. That's pretty crazy. But let's go take a look at the entire league here and see if we're going to be getting any hardware this year. I don't think so. Zibanejad and Panarin with an absolute monster season. Laine's up there. Haven't seen him up there in a while. Kucherov, McDavid, Draisaitl, Pastrnak, Gaudreau, Marner, Scheifele. Never seen Scheifele this high. Crosby. Those are all the players that are above 100 points. Going into the defenseman, probably Makar again. Rasmus Dahlin, 97 points. Quinn Hughes, 88. Evan Bouchard, 85. Makar, 81. Yossi, 78. Karlsson, 78. Dougie Hamilton, 76. A lot of big defensemen putting up points. Look at that. 5 goals only for Mr. Victor Hedman there. Quinn Hughes, only 10. Look at the shot difference between Hughes and Dahlin. And Dahlin only had 6 more goals, which is crazy. But let's get into these playoffs. Let's win a Stanley Cup here. Let's go. Pittsburgh, Toronto, home ice advantage. 4 games here. Let's just take care of business. 6-4 win. Next game, 5-3 loss. 4-3 win. 2-1 series. It's a big game here to go up 3-1, 4-2, and let's close it out here. No more games. There it is. 6-2. I told you, playing Toronto in round 1. It's basically a bye to round number 2, so we don't have to worry about that too much. Leafs fans are going to absolutely crucify me. Oh, we made it to the second round this year, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, whatever. You guys lost. Didn't matter. Round 2, we got the Pittsburgh Penguins versus the New Jersey Devils, who went to 7 in series number 1, and we are down 3-0. We scored only 3 goals in the entire series, shut out 2 times, so it looks like we're going to have a nice little comeback here, and for that, it's time to go into slow simulation. On the road, first period, there, we get a goal. Jeff Carter, thank you very much. Second period, 2 more goals, Patrice Bergeron and Evgeny Malkin. Third period, Dougie Hamilton scores, but that's a 3-1 victory. Listen, if there's any team who can bring it back from 3-0 down, 3-0 down, it's the vets of the Pittsburgh Penguin. Where's Phil Kessel? Phil, I need a goal here. I need a goal bad. 1-0, Ricard, Raquel. Second period, 1-0 still. Third period, I'm going to put the controller down, and King Karlsson's going to take care of business for us. 2-0 for the Pittsburgh Penguins here. Come on, just keep chipping away there. Fast him. Oh my God, they got one, but that's okay. Okay, so we got 2 in a row. 2 very close games, 3-1, 2-1. Haven't had a game where our offense has exploded yet. Hopefully, this is the game. We're on the road for game number 6, but force game number 7 and anything can happen. Force game 7, anything can happen. 2-1. There we go. Bergeron, Letang, Erik Karlsson scored for them a minute in, but we answered pretty quickly. Second period. Oh my God, that's a terrible second period there. Come on, boys. Getting outshot. We're outshooting them 29-15, but we're down 4-3. Crosby does score. All on the line here, boys. We need to get to game number 7. 15 minutes left. Just keep peppering Kincaid. 4-3 still. 10 minutes left. Season on the line. Karlsson, Phil Kessel, Patrice Bergeron, Timo Meier gets a goal. That might have done it. And it is 5-3 victory. And the Pittsburgh Penguins, even with their superstar team, are unable to get the job done in this year. We almost made something special happen there. Crosby leads so 9 goals in 11 games. It's pretty crazy. Similar to the end of the playoffs. Who's going to win the Stanley Cup? Let's go Florida. Florida. I don't even know if they're in. I'm just saying a random team that came to mind. They were not even in the playoffs. The Anaheim Ducks, the team we absolutely smashed in game number 1, ends up winning the Stanley Cup. Before we end off the video here, let's go take a look at the awards and see who won what. Pittsburgh Penguins President's Trophy winner. Love to see that. And then looks like they played the Philadelphia Flyers in the finals. So the Devils got eliminated the next round. Zibanejad, Tage Thompson, Rasmus Dahlin, Artemi Panarin, Zach Benson, I believe that is. Conn Smythe goes to Trevor Zegras. So Big Z gets his cup. Vezina to Vasi. We got Jonas Korpisalo, Ottawa Senators legend. Let's go. Fair of a Heat for the Bill Masterton. the auto generator for Philly. Anze Kopitar with the Selke. Ted Lindsay goes to Tage Thompson, and the Maurice Rocket Richard goes to David Pastrnak this year. So that's going to do it for this video. Obviously, Pittsburgh does not win the Stanley Cup in this simulation. But in real life, what do you think happens with Pittsburgh? Are they making the playoffs? Are they falling in the first round, second round, third round, making it all the way to the finals and winning the cup, or losing? Let me know down in the comments below. I think they do make the playoffs. I would say, let's give them second round. I'll say playoffs, second round, and then they fall to the Ottawa Senators, who eventually go on to win the Stanley Cup. Thank you very much for watching. As always, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. And